Hey guys. Forgot to grab my iPad just in case I do get people and there are comments. It makes it easier. Okay. Stay. It's been a rough few days for me. Let me move the camera down a little bit. I'm still like, I don't know if it's because you guys are maybe too far away. It's a little better. And the iPad's on the move. Okay. That's a little better. You can see me a little better. I'm not really feeling the greatest right now. I haven't been for about a week now. And I've been trying to like record when I record when I'm not feeling quite as bad. So I'm not quite sure how this is gonna go. I'm knocking all kinds of stuff over. I don't have any like face products on. I got a shower a little while ago. I did a Chit Chat Get Ready With Me that I recorded Friday to take the dog back to the vet to get her checked out, and I get there and they're so busy with like emergencies and sick puppies and everything else that was there that they basically were not taking anybody else. And our vet doesn't do like appointments, it's walk-in only. So it's one of those things. So I got there, you know, in a timely manner, but because they weren't taking anybody else, I ended up basically turning around and coming right back home. So which was probably a good thing because I really wasn't feeling that good at all. And I spent most of the weekend like laying low and just kind of not doing a whole lot. And I spent about 14 hours sleeping yesterday. I have not been feeling good. So a couple of my friends, like somebody actually said to me, I put up a post on Facebook to let my friends know what was going on. People that I talk to on a regular basis, it was just so much easier just to make a post online. And I guess while I'm talking, I need to be applying eyeshadow because the vet's office stopped moving. It's like, you're alive. Stay. Revenge of the iPad. I'm going to be working with the BH Cosmetics Love Signs palette. This is what you guys voted on this week. So I kind of cheated. These are all of my like current dirty brushes, stuff that I've done makeup looks with for the past like past at least week. So I just figured I used my little, it's not a Vera Mona color switch, it is a JCat Beauty one. It was like, the Vera Mona ones are like $25 and this is like $6 or less at Ulta, and I actually love the JCat like brow pencil. So I have a couple of JCat items. I'm going to go ahead and go into the Libra matte shade up here. I kind of like eyeballed the colors earlier to see what I wanted to do look-wise. And my eye is watering. So, anyways, I put up a post on Facebook explaining how I'd been feeling for literally the past 2 months off and on. And somebody that I don't even know like commented on my post. And my Facebook page is, Jeezy Pete, are you like seriously alive or something? My iPad is like moving. Maybe he'll stay up there. Watch it go. Knock everything over on the counter. She commented on my post and said, sounds like appendicitis to me. And I'm like, I know what appendicitis symptoms are. And I certainly wasn't having anything remotely similar to appendicitis symptoms. And that came out quite a bit darker than I was anticipating, but my eyelids are still tacky. I use the BH Cosmetics, the waterproof eyelid primer, so it doesn't help that the primer was tacky. I literally put it on right before, while I was waiting on the thing to start the stream. So I thought that was kind of like funny that it's number one, somebody I don't even know commented on my post, and then they were telling me that I had appendicitis. And if I had appendicitis, my symptoms would be like 10 times worse and quite a bit different. But at least they cared enough to comment on what was going on. I think I'm gonna grab this Pisces shade, the matte shade here, and put that in my crease. Now the Libra shade is like a mauve. It's like a purpley shade. So it's kind of more of a cool tone color, and then this palette is kind of strange. Some of the shades are really cool tone and some of the shades are really warm toned. So you've got a few that are cool toned in here, and then the majority of this palette is a really warm toned palette. So I guess it just depends on what you want to work with. So one of my friends, Melanie, she's been in and out of the hospital recently herself with other stuff. We chatted this morning about some stuff, and she's like, you really need to go get, she was talking about a genetic test for some sort of like clotting disorder. And I've had blood clots before. I've had, was diagnosed in 95 with a pulmonary embolism. I had a golf ball sized blood clot in my lung that was moving. So I've been treated for blood clots before, and of course I had female clotting issues when I had a uterus. And so she's like, yeah, you can, have your doctor schedule it or whatever, but if you don't have insurance, it's going to be expensive. And I was like, I don't have insurance, and it costs $150 to walk in the door at my doctor's office, so I don't know how that's going to work. I don't even qualify for Obamacare anymore because, you have to make like, I think $15,000 a year in order to qualify for Obamacare, and I'm lucky if I make like $100 to $200 a year, and that's including YouTube. So it's not like I make a whole lot of money. And then she's like, well, try going to the hospital. And last time I went to our local hospital, just like 25-30 minutes from our house, they found a bill in the system for a surgery that I had back in 2000 that was paid for back in 2000. And they're like, well, until you can pay this off and pay a minimum of $25 on today's visit and schedule like a payment plan while you're here today, and show proof that you have a job and income and that kind of stuff, she's like, they won't see you. And I ended up, and this was, I think, 2013 or 2014, the last time I went to the hospital for something, and it was for some of the bleeding conditions stuff that I had going on. This was before they found out I had cancer. So they basically, I could have found out about my cancer like 2 years before I actually found out about it, and gotten it taken care of a lot sooner had the hospital actually like allowed me to be seen. We actually call the hospital Slaughterman for a reason. I know so many people that have gone there and had surgeries and have literally been butchered by the hospital. So it's not like I really would have allowed them to cut me open or anything. I would have definitely gone to the next city over for that, like the next major hospital over. So it is what it is. But if what's going on with me gets any worse, I will most likely end up driving all the way down to Orlando to wait at an emergency room down there, because I'm just kind of at the point right now where most of the day I'm in pain and it's not fun. Kind of got like this purpley orange look going on. What the hell I want to do? I think I'm going to take Sagittarius here and mix it on my hand with Pisces. Pisces is like kind of like a bronze color, but Sagittarius is like really dark. It's like a dark purple. So I'm going to like mix the two on the brush and like pat it on my hand. Oh, that's pretty. It's like trying to show the camera, it's kind of a feat in and of itself. It's like, that's screw it. It's like a purpley bronze shade when I mix it. And of course I've got lotion on my hands, so. Alright. Picking the two back up. I'm gonna press it on my hand. I'm gonna put this on the outer part of my eye. And the brush is dry. I didn't get the brush wet. What are you doing, Jack? Siamese. And just with whatever's left over on the brush, I'm carrying it towards the front part of my eye. There's a little bit of color left on the brush. I have a hair tickling me. If you're in the live stream, say hello. I mean, I have no problems talking to myself, but you know. Hey, Taryn. I'm working with the palette that everybody voted on last week. I think I'm just gonna flip the brush over. Are you talking about the Taurus palette? Because I know you asked me if I was gonna get the Taurus one. I'm working with the Love Signs one. Alright, I just picked up Libra, and it's like super chunky. And this is actually my birth sign. I'm gonna go ahead and put that over the very front part of my eye. And I don't have any face makeup done right now on purpose. Well, 2 reasons. Oh, well, I don't know which one I like more. This one or the original. I almost am half tempted, and I don't really want to destroy the actual palettes themselves because I think they're beautiful, but I am half tempted to get one of those like depotting tools from like Amazon and taking the, you know, all of the shades out of the palette and putting them in a magnetic palette by like either do it by like color story or do it by you know, because so far I have the Capricorn, the Aquarius, and the Pisces palettes, the little 9 pan. So if I take those little 9 pans and depot those, and then take, you know, the Aquarius, the Capricorn, and the Pisces colors out of the 2 big palettes and put them all like, I don't know. I don't know how it would work because of the bigger palettes have round pans, and then you have the pan size on these is actually the same size, if I'm not mistaken. Let me grab one. Now that I've got one, the Pisces palette is beautiful. Okay, so I do believe that the little mini guys here are the exact same size as the big ones. So I don't know if I have a measuring device in my bathroom anymore. But I do have a piece of paper. Alright, so I'm gonna cheat. Oh geez, really? I dropped the paper. Okay, so I stuck it in a little pan in one of the shades here. Yes, they're the exact same size. Looking at the indentation that I made with my fingernail around the size of the pans in here versus the love sign, so these little guys are the same size. If you were curious like I was. I think I'm okay with what this is looking like. But I don't know, I thought about like taking these apart and putting them all into like one magnetic palette so that everything was like all together. So I don't know, I think I'm gonna wait until I get all of the little ones. I'm waiting on them to release one more of the little ones before I buy the Aries and the Taurus palette, and then the next should be Gemini after that. So hopefully they will release that sooner rather than later. And I already have in my cart on BH Cosmetics the Aries and the Taurus palette and one of their eyeliners, the new eyeliners that they have. I have their liquid liner, but because I already have liquid liners that are open, I figured it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to, go ahead and open it and use it when I already have some liners already open that I need to basically use. So it didn't make any sense to me to do that. And it's funny, my friend Ken actually commented. I put up the poll this morning for next week's palette, and um, I put up a screenshot on Instagram about the fact that the poll was up on here on my community tab, and so he commented his answer on Instagram, and I'm like, no, 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 silly, you gotta go on YouTube and leave me the vote on the poll there. I said, this is just a post to show you guys that there's a poll up on YouTube, because not all the time the posts and stuff don't really show. I'm lucky people actually see my videos when they pop up. So I figured I would screenshot it, and then I posted it on Instagram, and then posted it on Twitter as well, so that if people were interested in voting for this week on the palette that I will use next week. But he actually voted, I think it was the Aquarius palette that I had put in the mix this voting time. So the Jaclyn Hill palette, the Milani Pure Passions palette, the Coastal Scents Revealed 2, and let's see, BH Cosmetics Aquarius, Jaclyn Hill Morphe, and then the other two. So we'll see what the voting results are for that. And don't forget, there is a giveaway still going on. I didn't think to link it in the description box when I was setting up because I'm on my phone streaming instead of sitting at my computer. So I didn't get a chance to post the gleam.io link. But if you want to enter the giveaway, it is listed in the community tab. So that way anybody can enter. I will ship internationally. And then depending on, whoever wins, I will probably hand make something to go with it. So it's not just the shampoo and conditioner of the giveaway. I will most likely throw in some other stuff. So we will have to see how that goes. It's funny, I actually pulled out the Tarte foundation to use with this palette today. And it's sitting here on the counter, but I totally forgot I had foundation out and I didn't use primer. And I started putting corrector on before I thought about it, so I guess I will put those away. I even got out the new Tarte primer that I just got from Ipsy. Oh, thank you, honey. Yeah, I gotta take the dog to the vet, so I'm not doing anything like spectacular with my makeup. But as you can see, I didn't even put foundation on. I had it pulled out, but hopefully you have a great day. I will have a video that's going up at 5. I just figured I would go live. I haven't been recording as much lately because I really haven't been feeling all that great. I knew something was tickling me. It was a hair sticking off my brush. Cat hair, I swear. It gets into like everything. Okay, under my eye. I'm going to go back into the Libra matte shade and drag it under my eye. And stab myself in the eye with the brush. Pretty apropos for me. I'm going about 3/4 of the way in on my eye. And then I am just connecting under my eye to what is already done up here. I guess I could, I don't know if it'll, oh, it does zoom in, all right. I have the phone flipped around just in case the iPad didn't have any juice because it's at like 40% right now. I didn't realize I could zoom in with it facing this direction, so that's kind of neat. I guess I could have like zoomed you guys in earlier so you could see what was going on with the rest of the look. The things you Alright, I'm barely tapping into the Pisces matte shade, and I'm going to tap it off onto my hand and then blend that out under my eye. It's kind of like a mustardy yellow, and I honestly don't really look all that great in those colors. I know when I'm like sick, like stomach upset sick, that's about what my skin looks like. So I really don't want to go putting them on under my eyes. Alright, back into my little flat brush. I'm going to go ahead and take the Libra shade. Get the cat hair off the brush. I'm going to pop it right under, I guess I should turn to you guys to do this, huh? Pop it right under my eye. And then in my inner corner. Trying to make sure. I mean, it says that there's people watching, but nobody's talking in chat, so I keep looking to make sure I'm not missing any messages on the screen. And I have lurkers, and I don't mind that I have lurkers. I have some people that come in when I'm doing live streams that don't ever say anything, but they're there for the whole live stream. And I know I have some people that come in to live streams that are at work and they can't like type while I'm streaming because they're working, so they just put in headphones and they listen to me, which is perfectly okay with me. So if you're at work and you're just listening to me, then welcome. Hello, how are you? I'm Rebecca. Brush through my brows. I'm like very careful about how I wind this little thing up, because like I've seen several YouTubers, they wind up their brow product and they get way too much out and they end up having like issues trying to get it like back in, or it doesn't wind down. So I like wind the tiniest amount up at a time and then apply it, because I'm so afraid that I'm gonna wind it up and then go to apply it to my brow and then be like, oh, it's too soft, or I've got too much play or whatever, and I need to wind it back down, and then you're stuck because you can't. I'm wearing a new, well, it's not new, I am testing out a sunscreen that I haven't used in a while, and I've got a whole bunch of like little red bumps coming up here on my forehead. Got one coming up here, one here. Looks like my skin doesn't like the sunscreen. And the sunscreen's only been on my face for maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes before I started doing makeup. Oh, I was like, where's my brow gel? It was sitting on the counter. I just didn't see it because it's in a white tube and my counter's white. It's one of those days. And I honestly don't know what the new fad is with eyebrows right now, so I just kind of do what I've always done when it comes to my eyebrows. Alright, I'm going to throw some of this Tarte 6 Kitten liner on my waterline, on the upper waterline. And stab myself in the eyelid with it. Thankfully it's on a shimmer shadow, so it just wipes right off. I hate that part of my doing makeup. had some in my bottom waterline, which is not what I wanted there. I'm going to go ahead and take my L'Oreal Infallible. This is in white. And put this in my waterline on the bottom. Alright, now for mascara, this is one that I don't care for. This is the Benefit Roller Lash. But it's in my May Shop My Stash. Maybe because the air is on it, it will dry. I have a problem with it staying wet on my lashes. Alright, now for the bottom. Alright, that's as much torture as I'm going to do to my face right now. Or at least my eyes. Had I known I could have zoomed in, I'd have zoomed in a lot sooner. Okay. Now for blush, bronzer, highlight, I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula. This is the light medium kit. And I'm going to mix the blush with one of mine. This is in Pink Ice. This is just more pink than the one that's in the palette here. I don't care for like peachy blushes. Cheating. I'm using the phone to apply my blush instead of the mirror. Maybe I should grab the mirror. Now for bronzer. For highlight. highlight. I think I'm going to use the white looking one in here that's called Full Moon. And I pulled another highlight off for this month. I grabbed my Luna highlighter. This is Luna by Luna. This is in the shade Electra. I'm going to mix this one with the other one because it's kind of like, it's a pinky undertone, whereas the Full Moon is kind of like a yellowish white. Got too many things in my lap here. And then whatever blush is left over, I usually run that back over the highlight to kind of like blend it in. Sometimes I'll even take the little stands out sponge that I have from Samantha March. She did a giveaway on her Instagram for like Valentine's Day and had 14 winners, and I actually won my very first giveaway ever, and it was this weird memory foam sponge. I don't use it to apply foundation because it almost looks like you use a paint roller to apply your foundation, but it works so nice at like getting powder product to blend into your skin like perfectly. Alright, for lips, I pulled the Glossy Garnet from the L'Oreal Color Riche, and then I have the Color Mates lipstick and ginger spice. And I actually had somebody not too long ago ask me to show them how I do my ombre lips. So here we go. Put the one color down first. And this is like a cherry red color. I'm going to then tap it on the inner and the top and bottom inner rim on my lips. Now I have a rather large bottom lip, so if you don't have a whole lot of lip space, do it a little bit thinner. And then I just press the two together. And that's it. That's all I do for an ombre lip. Now, because I have to go to the vet's office and stuff, I'm not really worried about like lipstick wearing off. So, I wouldn't normally like worry about messing with it. I really like how the eyeshadow turned out. I still have some smeared on my hand. Typical. Usually that's how I end up with eyeshadow on the bottom of my chin. I still think I need more blush, but I'll quit. I'm going to spray my face with this Photo Focus, the Wet n Wild Photo Focus 3-in-1 Prep Set Refresh kind of thing. Usually I try and do that before I put mascara on because all it does is get my mascara wet again, and I already have issues with this mascara being wet. Now, the fun part. Taking all of these little things out of my hair. Oh, and picking a perfume. What's this? Lalia. I guess I'll spray that on. Or not. I'll catch it midair. I don't like it. Yuck. I washed my hair and I'm testing out a new Briogeo or Briogeo shampoo and I'm retrying a conditioner that I used like a while ago. So there you go. That's a look. The conditioner is like curl enhancing, and then I'm testing out another curl like gel, I guess you could call it. I don't know. It came out of the little container like water. So I'm testing that out in my hair right now. My hair still isn't back to like the natural wave that it has. I mean, it's there, but it's not like my hair still doesn't know what to do since it got cut. That in the first few days or the first week, I guess you could say, after I got it cut, I was blowing it dry. So it like freaked my hair out even more. My hair is basically still wet. Don't bash my little clips. This is my little glow-in-the-dark butterfly. I've had this little thing probably since I was like 10 or 12. Some of these clips are so old they're like missing teeth. Like this guy's missing a tooth here. And this guy's missing several teeth. He's all like crooked. Okay, I think that's as much as I'm going to do to my hair. But anyways, this is my finished look using the Zodiac Love Signs palette from BH Cosmetics. To be honest, I don't think I did these color combos when I was testing the palette out, when I did like multiple looks, one palette kind of thing. And I didn't think to like mix the shimmer shades either. So taking the dark shade, mixing it with the other shade, not only like it had aspects of both colors in it when I went to put it on my lid, but the way it mixed together was beautiful. So I think I might have to try that. I'm almost tempted because I took the Sagittarius and the Pisces shade, and this Pisces shade is like, it's almost like a dirty penny. But that purple is like very like punch you in the face kind of purple. So I'm almost wondering what would happen if I mixed like this Gemini shade with the Cancer shade, which is a gold. I almost wonder if it would be like more of a hot pink with a yellow gold hint, or more gold with just a light like wash of the hot pink in there. So I think I might play around with some color combinations because I had never mixed the shimmers before. Now, I mean, yes, I've put like one shimmer on the outside of my lid and one shimmer on the inside, or done like a halo eye where I've got like a shimmer in the center of my lid, but I never thought to like mix them on the same brush and then tap the shade on my hand to make sure that they're tapped in, they're mixed well enough on the brush, so when I put them on the eye, you're not going to see one shade more than the other. I wanted them to be more blended. So I'm very surprised with that. And I really like how it turned out. I mean, if you wanted to, you could fight with liquid liner, and if it was me, I would probably just put it right above my upper lash line, but I don't feel like doing that today. I really don't. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get the dog and put her in the, well, I'm going to call the vet again to make sure that they are not swamped today like they were yesterday and Friday, and double check before I leave the house this time, because last time, you know, you figure I have to get the dog in the car and then it's like a 10-minute drive there, which isn't a big deal, and I do have to go to the bank, but getting her in the car and then she's like nervous and shaking and upset the whole car ride to the vet's office, and then getting there and getting out and getting up to the counter just to be told sorry that they can't see anymore today, and then that 10-minute or so ride home, again nervous and shaking, a wreck in the car. I don't want to have to do that to her if I don't have to, because I mean, granted, I understand she's a dog, but she's a Chihuahua. She's like super sensitive about everything. Like whenever my dad is playing a video game at night, when he's home and he like raises his voice, she like starts to shake and gets real nervous. Her eyes get all big, her ears go back, and like you see her get up from her bed and she's like, oh my God, Dad's yelling, I'm gonna go get on the couch. And she does. She will get up and like slink out of the room, almost as if like if you've ever seen somebody that has repeatedly like beat an animal or beat a child, that's what she looks like. She looks like Dad has literally just beat the absolute crap out of her, and all he's doing is yelling at his computer. And he never hits the dog, ever. He's never hit the dog, ever. And we don't understand how she is the way she is, but like even people we see in public with her, they're like, oh, your Chihuahua is so sweet. I've never met a Chihuahua that didn't want to eat me. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, all right. But even the vet says it. They say that she's the best behaved Chihuahua that they've ever seen. Like they've never met another Chihuahua that is as friendly as she is and willing to go to anybody and, you know, nice to other animals, and not, I mean, yet granted they scare her to death and she's very intimidated by just about everything, but she's like me, pretty open and will go to anybody. So when I was a kid, I used to walk up to perfect strangers and just give them a hug and turn around and walk back off to my parents, and they'd be like, thanks. And my mom thought for sure somebody was going to take me when I was a kid, because I'm serious. I would walk up to complete strangers and give them a hug and just wander off. Or stand there and talk to somebody for like ever, until one of my parents realized I was missing, and then they would come find me. So I don't know, it's kind of like the dog is a little bit like me, very open, loves everybody, intimidated by some things. I'm not intimidated by much, but she's only, you know, yay big and only weighs like 12 pounds. So I can understand being little and being intimidated. I'm not little, so not much intimidates me. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and end this like diatribe here. Hopefully you guys have a great day or night wherever you are. It is 1:44 p.m. now. I need to go. They stopped taking walk-ins at 3, so I really need to call. And I have a video that goes up at 5. Don't ask me what video is going up at 5. I'm lucky I can tell you if I ate anything yesterday. So I really haven't been feeling great. My brain is like not here. I told somebody, was it yesterday or the day before, I said I'm brain damaged or something like that, or drain damaged, or some, I don't know, it's like either brain damaged or brain dead, and it came out like bread instead of brain. I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. It was on a Facebook message for a group that I'm a moderator on. So I told the lady I was brain damaged, basically, is what I was trying to type, and I didn't type it correctly, and it was on my computer, not on my phone, so it wasn't autocorrect's issue. It was my issue. It's like I tell people sometimes, reading. Yes, reading. Reading helps. So I know sometimes I'll read things and I'll be like, wait a minute, did that just say? And then I reread it, I'm like, oh, yeah, reading helps. So I will see you.